Majo John Madden from Victoria, Mexico on Wednesday the 23rd. I just made a video of some of my worst moments as a parent with my son Terry, who's 47 I guess now, who does not talk to me these days. For 2 years he has been unwilling to talk to me because, oh, how do I explain it? He believes his mom's story that I hurt them desperately by leaving the marriage after 10 years, which is a marriage that was already over, had been over for a year. She hadn't touched me spontaneously for a year, but she was furious when I ended it. And he lives a mile away from her, and she's, has helped raise their kids. So her story is his story these days, that I was selfish and didn't care about him, having been perhaps the most loving dad in the history of the world. But and his best friend from the time, Dean, has said to me, "John, you were the best father. I wanted you as my father." But I was an absentee father, and he carries tremendous pain around Dad not being in the house, and for a long time in a different city a long ways away, and he hasn't healed from it. So he's taking it out on me. But great times. My son is biracial, black and white. Mother Irish from Newfoundland, birth father biracial, black blood from Bermuda. The grandfather had been in the Canadian military in Bermuda, and that man came from a union with a Bermudan woman, so he's got Bermudan blood in him, 1/4, and it's been necessary for him to identify African American, and I did a hell of a job of supporting that. I think way better than his mom, because I actively sought out so many experiences around black identity, especially the Biracial Family Network of Chicago. I guess we went to the Hyde Park chapter at first, but then there was a chapter in Oak Park, where on the west side of Chicago, first suburb to the west of the big black neighborhood on the west side. And I was co-chair for a while with Lewis, wonderful black man, I'll remember his name. But it was an amazing support group for my son, all these other biracial kids who were all sorting out and taking pride in being brown, which the parents, who were mostly interracial couples, not an adoption like me, were very savvy and taught me an awful lot about raising a biracial kid. And it's okay for them at a young age to say they're brown and biracial, but eventually they'll have to identify black. And he did an amazing job of that. But through that group, we had a wonderful network of friends. Black parents. And my favorite from that group was Joan Walker, was a single mom raising 2 girls who were older than Terry. I'm guessing Terry was maybe like 10 or 12. And Lainey would have been maybe 16. And Lainey was probably 2 years older than Terry. And Shanita maybe 4 years older than Terry. And they were really savvy young black women. And we hung out with them a lot. We all adored each other. It was just a great connection. In that relationship, one of the other things I gave Terry that is relevant to that friendship was Lainey said to Terry one day, "Hey, what's going on between my mom and your dad?" Terry said, "I don't know, I don't think anything." She says, "Yeah, I think something's going on between them, because every time your dad comes around, he hugs and kisses my mom." And Terry just very naturally said, "Well, it's my dad, that's what he does. He hugs and kisses everybody." So he saw that example, James Taylor has the song, "Shower the people you love with love." I do that. I've always done that. Joan and I actually did get involved. We had a little affair. We went to Hamilton's on the west side of Chicago. Hamilton's is the great, mostly white blues bar, but has brought all kinds of great acts. I've seen some terrific people there. It's in Berwyn, just across the Chicago line, but mostly white suburb. And we went dancing one night, and in a blues club, we got told to tone it down. We were dancing too sexy. That's pretty great. In the blues club, you gotta be rocking it to do that. So I'm proud of that, and I'm proud that we allowed ourselves to take good care of each other intimately. Yeah. So that's. I think I'll put a cap on it right there. I've got some other ones I want to talk about ways I was there for him and was a good dad and a good influence on him. His love of life, his spontaneity. He could always just let it hang out and be natural and crazy with me, because I am that way, just naturally. And I'm an Enneagram 7. I'm a good times person and spontaneous. And he learned from my extroversion. He found it horrifying. He's an introvert. He used to say things to me like, why? Why did you talk to that person? You don't know that person. And I just walking down the street, a stranger on the street. And I said, well, they're my brother. And he was probably 14 or 16, and he says, no, what are you talking about? He's not your brother. And I said, sure, he is. He's my brother. Now, in New Orleans, when we were there, winter of 22, walking down the street, I was in, must have been, winter of 22. I was in Louisville the whole summer of 21, racially polarized Louisville after Breonna Taylor's killing, where I got more icy looks. But, I really did pursue my connection with black people. And even in Louisville, I would brag to my friends that a black woman, 40 to 50 years old, I could take her in 45 seconds from, yeah, what do you want, honky? To, you're so crazy, have a blessed day. Because they know I love them. So I have a big time connection with black culture and black people. So what was I going to say about that? Well, just fun. Oh, extroversion. Yeah. So he got to see that from me. And I taught him a phrase. That goes, when a coincidence happens, a synchronicity, I would use a phrase of, it's God winking at us. It's God winking at us, which as a teenager, he thought that was absolutely foolish and stupid and insane. But he told me later in his life that he knew what it meant. He saw it. He said, yeah, I have those moments where it's God winking at me. So he got that from me. I mean, spiritual. He got under the hood to see the hand of God underneath the random chaos of life. I'm pretty proud. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I'll rest with that. That was a good thing, and I bet he still got it. And the other thing is, just like 2 years before he stopped talking to me, his wife said to me, because Alma always liked me until I guess she doesn't anymore. She's unfriended me on Facebook. But she said to me, you know that song you used to sing to Terry every night, the Daddy Loves You song, where you do chorus, verse after verse, and build in all the people you saw that day? This person loves you, and that person loves you, and God, our sweet supreme, loves you. I got that from Sri Chinmoy. She says he sings that to our daughter every night. Yeah, he does. So he says he got nothing from me. All right. Okay. He got that from me. Yeah, he did. Okay.